What was totally destroyed was a pontoon boat.
So how does a boat catch fire if there's no one on board? Like how would it work in certain ways?
Could be just like a car could catch fire. There's an engine, and there's a lot of combustibles. There's gasoline and many different ways.
Was the boat on, or has it been docked there for a while at the time of the fire?
It was my belief that they were getting ready to go out on that boat.
Okay. So there were the owners of the boat or the occupants of the boat were nearby?
Yes, there were people that were nearby, yes.
Okay.
How much fuel was on the boat? Do you know?
We're unsure of that. We did have DEC come out and check the river, and they're going to come back in the morning and recheck, but they do not see any issues at this time. So we don't think that a whole lot was released into the river.
So in total, how many boats destroyed?
There's 2 boats totally destroyed and a couple other boats that took had some minor damage.
When was the last time you had a boat fire like this on the river?
This is my first boat fire like this here.
I know it's like we had a little trouble wrangling this little poor thing. It was floating up and down.
Yeah, we actually at one point pushed it out into the river because it was safer to be out away from the other boats. Between Shawnee Fire Department and Buchendall Fire Department, they have boats that have pumps on them, and they were able to fight the fire and put the fire out in the river, in the channel versus up against the docks the way we were handling it.
Can you describe, let's take a step by step, how to combat a boat fire like this? I know you just mentioned some steps, but when you guys first came on scene, what was the first thing you guys did?
Once we got water here, we started pulling hand lines. It's the same as a house fire. You're just putting water on the fire. Unfortunately, it was hard for us to get a water supply set up. I did call Rexford Fire Department in. They were able to draft right from the river, which gave us a close water supply. And then our hydrant, obviously, is way back behind you guys where you're set up. So we had to lay in quite a ways for water supply.
And I heard that you guys had to also remove the surrounding boats from that.
We did. We were trying to protect. That's one of our jobs, protect exposures. So we were trying to unhook boats and bring them down to other parts of the dock where there was no fire at the time. So.
Do you think the cause was accidental or intentional?
Oh, definitely accidental. I would definitely go towards accidental, but it's under investigation, and at this point, there's nothing that would point to anything intentional.
How many other fire companies would you have?
We have the whole town of Glenville for the most part. We have Rexford. Niskayuna District 2 was here with their boat. Scotia was here. And then there's multiple agencies. I'm being told Rotterdam, a couple of agencies from Rotterdam that are covering in some of the stations that are empty right now.
But Glenville's going to handle the investigation,
Schenectady County has their own investigation team, and they're working on that right now.
Was Alpo the leading fire department?
Yes, we were the leading fire department. This is our fire district.
What's going to happen to the remains of the boat? They can remain here, or
they'll remain here until they're released. They're under our jurisdiction until we release them back to the owners. I'm sure they'll sit here for a little bit, and insurance companies will get involved.
Okay. What type of the first boat towing to the hull? Was that a houseboat or not?
I don't know. It's so burnt. I don't know the answer to that.
The DEC you mentioned were here. Any environmental impacts because of the fire?
Well, that's why we had them come out and look. Just because gasoline leaking into the river is an environmental issue, so we had them come out and look. And they got on one of our boats and went out and checked the river. They do not see any major issue right now, and they're going to come back again and check in the morning. But at this point, they don't think enough was released into the river. But we did have them come out and check.
Any part of the marina destroyed, like the docks?
There's some dock damage, and that's kind of where that'll get dealt with, but that's minor damage.
In total, how many firefighters would you say helped?
I don't even have an estimate of that. I would bet there's at least 50 firefighters here, probably a few more, and then county reps. So we have quite a bit.
What time did the call come in?
Watch your back.
It was probably about just before 6:30.
Well, what was the biggest challenge fighting this fire?
Getting a water supply set up, and getting the vehicles here and getting a water supply. To fight a fire, you need water, and If you don't have a solid water supply, it's very difficult. So.
What's the misconception? Because you know, there's a river, the water is right there. I mean, how?
Not everybody can pump. Can it's called drafting. Not everybody can draft out of the river. We're not set up for that on our first engine that came in, which is why we called for Rexford. As soon as they got here, they pulled up, and we're able to get water out of the river. And at that time, we were also setting up a line from the hydrant, so we did have both going. Yeah.
How long did it take to get the fire under control?
It probably took about a half an hour.
I'm good.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Steve. No problem.
Ooh, my arms. No problem.
Thank you.